Well, this is a day long time coming, and we are so excited to be part of this. So I want to start out by saying thank you to the President and his administration for recognizing early on that this was a ruling that really got in the way of not just farmers and ranchers, but small businesses all over America. Then I want to thank the administrator and Mr. James for all the efforts and your team, what you've done to get us this far. We thank you for your patience in doing it in the right way, so that we can move forward and have a new ruling. And then, of course, I want to thank the Grassroots of our organization. Those of you who don't know our organization, we represent 6 million farm families across the country. And in those farm families, we have never seen a sense of urgency on any issue over and above what this has generated in our Grassroots. We had tens of thousands of phone calls, contacts, emails, comments made across America. Tens of thousands. We started a campaign called Ditch the Rule. We've never had engagement from our grassroots like we have on this issue. When you take the private property rights from a man that's worked all his life or generations in his family to work, pay for, pay the taxes on, to grow the food and fiber for all of us to sit down and enjoy 3 times a day, that is very intrusive to him, and it's something that he just can't stand for. So we really have been excited about being part of this day. From the beginning, when I spoke to then Mr. Trump, before he was president, he called and congratulated me on being elected president of this organization. And one of the 3 things that I talked to him about on that phone call was the WOTUS ruling. And I had the privilege to sit in the Roosevelt room when he signed the executive order to dismantle this rule. And now we have been able to do that. Farmers and ranchers. I am a farmer myself. I've been a farmer all my life. Still got cows. We raised about 750,000 chickens at home. I got 400 beef cattle there, and I spent a lifetime dairying. My family farm has been in my family. That original place has been there since 1929. My grandfather come there during the Depression. There is no way he would, my father didn't, and I wouldn't, and my son that's there today, do anything to hurt the natural resources on or around that property. Because we want our children and their children and your children to be able to not be able to enjoy that land, but make it productive for the people in this country. Farmers want to make sure that the water is clean. They want to protect their natural resources. But just like Mr. James says, if you're a regulator, under this ruling, it was impossible to regulate it. Under this ruling, it was impossible for our farmers to know what they were supposed to do and what they could and couldn't do. So we welcome the opportunity to get rid of this old rule and take our time and make sure we develop a new rule that gives us clear rules so that we can have clean water. And do it in a way that all of us, farmers, ranchers, organizations sitting behind me, all of us can make sure that we protect the wonderful natural resources that we're blessed with in this country. One last thing, the partnerships with this group behind me, the people that you're going to hear from after I speak, they have been great partners. And it's amazing how when things happen like this, that you can come together, and when you work together in our country, when you work together, you can make some very positive things happen. So there's a lot of people to thank, but I thank y'all for all your partnership that you've given us in this effort too. Clean water is important to all of us, but the only way to be able to do that is to have clear rules. And our farmers and ranchers welcome the opportunity. And your predecessor, we had a talk, Mr. Administrator, your predecessor and I, he asked me what did a new rule look like. And I says it needs to be on one page and it sits on the dash of my truck and I can rock it right across my field and make a determination what's waters of the U.S. and what's not, rather than have to hire consultants and lawyers and pay them tens of thousands of dollars to try to interpret it for me. That's what we need. That's what we're hoping you're going to deliver to us, and we look forward to working with you to do that. But today is a great day. Today, we give the private property rights to the hard-working men and women across America back to them on the land that they've worked so hard to pay for and keep up. Thank you.